ويغفر لكم ذنوبكم ومن يطع الله ورسوله فقد فاز فوزا عظيما. أما بعد، فإن أصدق الحديث كتاب الله، وخير الهدي هدي محمد صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم، وشر الأمور محدثاتها، وكل محدثة بدعة، وكل بدعة ضلالة، وكل ضلالة في النار. أما بعد. Today we have hadith number 5 from 40 hadith of Imam al-Nawawi, al-Arba'in Nawawi. We have hadith number 5. Hadith number 5 عن أم المؤمنين عائشة رضي الله عنها قالت: قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم: من أحدث في أمرنا هذا ما ليس منه فهو رد. وروى البخاري ومسلم وفي رواية: من عمل عملا ليس عليه أمرنا فهو رد. We have this hadith in Bukhari and Muslim. This hadith showing that any action, if not based on book of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and sunnah of the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, this worship will be rejected by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Meaning, if your belief system, we have al-aqidah, we have a belief system. If your belief system not built based on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He legislate for you, and based on what the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam and how he legislated for you, so this aqidah will be corruption. Your belief system will be corruption. Your salah, your prayers, if you not do it the way Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala asking you to do it, and the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he legislated and he did it, if not upon this way, so your salah is rejected, even if you pray 5 times a day. The way of fasting, if you not fast the way Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala legislated for you, Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam showed to us by practicing, so your fasting, even your fasting is going to be rejected, is not going to be accepted by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And then give this example to every other ibadats, all type of worship. Even in the dunya, even in this life, if you have a boss, if you're working in a store, if let's say you're working at a restaurant, the boss telling you, go make a chicken sandwich, and then you go make 3 steaks. So which one is expensive? Which one more valuable? The chicken sandwich or the steaks? The steaks, right? But is this, the boss is going to accept it from you? Why? He's not going to be happy. I told you to make a chicken sandwich, you making steaks. Okay, if this is not acceptable in the dunya, between people, what about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala legislated for you worships, and you do it the way, not the way He legislated for you? So how can it be accepted? But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He's not going to call you, right away, oh hey, don't do it like this. No, He said, I send the Quran down to you, and I send the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam to teach you and to tell you how to worship. If you not do it the way, so then you're going to come back, you're not going to be accepted. And this is by itself should make us too scared to do anything without make sure, if not based on the Quran and Sunnah of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And then here the hadith said, من عمل عملا, حديث المؤمنين عبد الله عائشة رضي الله عنها, صديقة بنت الصديق رضي الله عنها, قالت, the Prophet صلى الله عليه وسلم, he said, من أحدث في أمرنا هذا ما ليس منه فهو رد. Whoever came up with something not legislated from Allah and the Prophet صلى الله عليه وسلم is rejected. Whoever came up with something not from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, not from the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, is rejected. Another narration said, whoever do a action, amal, whoever coming with any type of action, if not legislated by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, so will be rejected. Then how many people doing stuff not based on the Quran and Sunnah of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam? There's a many people. So all these people, they're just doing what they're doing, and they've been rejected by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They still in the dunya. That's why we have to check on our actions. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, يا أيها الذين آمنوا أطيعوا الله وأطيعوا الرسول وأولي الأمر منكم وإن تنازعتم في شيء فردوه إلى الله والرسول إن كنتم تؤمنون بالله واليوم الآخر ذلك خير وأحسن تأويلا. Oh, you believe, obey to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, to the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, follow the understanding of the scholars. And then if you have different of something, so return it to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and to the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. This is the best solution for you. If you are believing in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and on the day of judgment. If you truly believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and on the day of judgment. This is the best solution for you. So, brothers, we have to check on ourselves. What are we doing? How are we doing it? You know, if you pray and then you have a doubt, maybe not accepted, then you have to scared. You have to worry about it. If you're fasting and you're scared, you have a doubt, maybe it's not right. So why you not correct it? Why you not correct yourself? So anyway, we're gonna go to the hadith number 5 or 6. 6, number 6. حديث السادس من الأربعين النووية عن أبي عبد الله النعمان بن بشير رضي الله عنهما قال: سمعت رسول الله صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم يقول: إن الحلال بين وإن الحرام بين وبينهما أمور مشتبهات لا يعلمهن كثير من الناس فمن اتقى الشبهات فقد استبرأ لدينه وعرضه ومن وقع في الشبهات وقع في الحرام كالراعي يرعى حول الحمى يوشك أن يرتع فيه ألا وإن لكل ملك حمى ألا وإن حمى الله محارمه ألا وإن في الجسد مضغة إذا صلحت صلح الجسد كله وإذا فسدت فسد الجسد كله ألا وهي القلب. Also this hadith, so all the hadith of the Prophet ﷺ is great. But each hadith for the same subject is great. So this hadith for this subject, greatest hadith in this subject. Hadith Nu'man ibn Bashir radiallahu anhuma. He said, I heard the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wa sallam, he said, إِنَّ الْحَلَالَ بَيِّن وَإِنَّ الْحَرَامَ بَيِّن. So halal and haram is clear to the people. Meaning, everyone knows, like in general, water is halal. Bread is halal, wheat is halal, barley is halal. Steak is halal, lahm halal, ghanam halal. Lamb, sheep, goat, cow. It's halal. Majority of the people they know that. And also, وَإِنَّ الْحَرَامَ بَيِّن. And then everyone knows lying is not good, is not allowed. Killing is haram. Fornication is haram. eating pork is haram. Many people, majority of the people. So that's why the Prophet ﷺ said, إِنَّ الْحَلَالَ بَيِّن وَإِنَّ الْحَرَامَ بَيِّن. So halal, lawful and unlawful, both is clear to the people. وَلَكِنْ وَبَيْنَهُمَا أُمُورٌ مُشْتَبِهَاتٌ. There's a between lawful and unlawful. There's some things not clear to the people. Not clear to the people. That's why it creates questions for us sometimes. Allowed to eat this? Is okay to eat this? Is allowed to do this? Is allowed to not do this? That's why, because it's not clear to the people. إن الحلال بين وإن الحرام بين وبينهما أمور مشتبهات لا يعلمهن كثير من الناس. لا يعلمهن كثير من الناس أي بمعنى هناك قلة من الناس يعلمون هذه الشبهات وهم العلماء. So the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, the halal and haram, lawful and unlawful, clear to the people. But between lawful and unlawful, there's some things has a doubt. Not clear to the people, to the majority of the people. He said, to the majority of the people. Meaning there's some people, they know it, which is the scholars. And that's why that anything has a doubt, the scholars, they make it clear. Either going to tell you, no, this is going with the halal, and this was going we're going with the haram. So that's why there's nothing between halal and haram. There's nothing. Either haram or halal. There's makruh, dislike, but we're talking about halal and haram. So the scholars, they make it clear, they make it clear for the people. So some things, they say, no, this is okay, going with the halal. And some things they said, no, this is not okay, going with the haram. قال لا يعلمهن كثير من الناس فمن اتقى الشبهات فقد استبرأ لدينه وعرضه. لماذا دخل العرض هنا؟ يعني إذا كان الحلال والحرام فقد استبرأ لدينه. لماذا وعرضه كذلك؟ لأن هناك بعض الأعمال وهناك بعض الأقوال تخدش الأخلاق وتهدم الأخلاق. لذلك لابد من حفظ الدين والعرض. So there's the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he said, whoever stay away from the doubt, he will protect his deen, his religion, and his honor. Why he mentioned honor with the deen, with the religion? Because if you're doing something haram, if you eat something haram, this is the shortcoming in the religion. So you have a shortcoming. You're not practicing right. Also, there's some actions and some speeches related to the characteristics. And if you're doing something, opposite that good, so will scratch your manhood and your honor. So for example, if you drink alcohol, is not allowed for you. But when you make you drowsy, then it's gonna destroy your character. It's gonna make the person to look at the rooster, he thinks a donkey. He make the rooster, make the rooster for the person donkey. قال هناك شعر. There's a poem in Arabic. المهم كان القديم الرؤساء والأمراء كانوا يشربون الخمر ولكن في كاسات الشاي حتى الناس ما يعرفون عنهم. وكان يشربون عندما يعدون مكانا للسباق بالخيول. يجلسون على المنصة يكبون لهم الخمر في كاسات الشاي حتى الناس ما يعرفون يشربون الخمر. ولكن الشاي عند العرب إذا كان ما في دخان عيب. إذا كان شاي بارد عيب. ما في ايس تي عند العرب. إذا كيف يعني هم يصبون الخمر البارد ويشربون أمام الناس والناس ينظرون إلى شيء بارد ما في سخونة. هنا الشاعر كشف هذا السر. قال وأعدوا ما استطاعوا من سباق الخيل والشاي المقطر وهو مشروب معروف لدى الأشراف ومنكر تجعل الديك حمارا وبياض العين أحمر. I don't know how I'm going to translate this poem to you. Anyway, there's a poem. You know, the poetry said the people of authority, they used to go for racing with horses, and then they used to take a place for the racing, and then they used to sit somewhere, you know, watching, and then they used to drink alcohol, but they don't want people to know. They used to put it in the teacups for them, for the people to not find out. And then by Arab people, if you drink, you know, cold tea is a shame. There's no iced tea by Arab people. I don't know now, you know, changing. We're getting there almost. But used to be like shame if you give cold tea to the people. So has a, you know, like a smoke from the tea to know this is hot tea. And then they are drinking in the teapots alcohol. There is no smoke. So the poem, he exposed it. He said they sit in the places to watch the racing, the horse racing. And then they drinking tea, but what kind of tea? Is being asal. What's the asal? You know, huh? Extract, maybe. Yeah, extracted. So extracted tea is not a regular tea. And then he said, is a drink known to the righteous people. Make the you know, whoever drink it, make the rooster in front of him a donkey and turn the white part of his eyes red. I don't know if I translate it. So anyway, pretty small. Yeah, I mean, you know. So anyway, coming back to the hadith, I don't know which part. You know, I don't know why I bring this, you know, to the middle of the an honor. Okay, so من اتقى الشبهات فقد استبرأ لدينه وعرضه. Whoever stay away anything has a doubt, actions or speeches, or foods or drinks, anything you have a doubt, if you leave it off, for sure you will going to protect your deen, your religion, and then also you're gonna protect your honor. No one can say anything. You driving you're driving on Goodman Street, and then you thirsty, and then you stop by a liquor store to buy water. Why? All these corner stores, why you stop by the liquor store? So of course, if someone see you, he's gonna say, why he's going to this place? Or if he see you, you coming out. What are you doing in this place? Why is coming? So this is the doubts. So why you put yourself for people to think bad about you? So this is, if you leave it off, so you're gonna be honorable. You're gonna protect your honor. If you go to the you know, some places, like you go to a restaurant, they have alcohol and they have all type of drinks. You know, why all these restaurants around you, why you going to these places? So why you make the people to think bad about you? So to protect your honor, to stay away from the haram, and don't leave any chance for the people to slander you, to think bad about you or to say bad about you. من اتقى الشبهات فقد استبرأ لدينه وعرضه. ومن وقع في الشبهات وقع في الحرام. Whoever not away from the doubts, he will fall in the unlawful. He will fall to it. Either, the scholars, they mention, either these doubts could be haram and he already fall to it. Or, they said, if you keep doing what has a doubt, so if not one time, if not second time, if not third time, so one time you're going to fall to a haram. If you all the time you don't care about it, then one day you're going to fall on a haram. So, وَمَنْ وَقَعَ فِي الشُّبُهَاتِ وَقَعَ في الحرام. ثم ضرب مثلا عجيبا كالراعي يرعى حول الحمى يوشك أن يرتع فيه. كالراعي يرعى حول الحمى يوشك أن يرتع فيه. يعني كالراعي يرعى حول الحدائق والمزارع. حول الحدائق والمزارع. فهو يقرب غنمه أو بقر أو الدواب التي هو يرعاها، يقربها إلى مزارع الناس. فمرة إذا سيطر لم تدخل الدواب إلى هذه الحديقة، فمرة ومرتين وثلاثة سيقع في الخطأ، لأنه فأفضل للراعي أن يبعد أغنامه من المزارع الناس، حدائق الناس، حتى لا يقع في هذا الخطأ. وكذا قال كالراعي يرعى حول الحمى يوشك أن يرتع فيه. يعني يخاف مرة ومرتين وثلاث، هو يخاف كل مرة يخاف. The Prophet ﷺ, he gave an example, beautiful example, a very amazing example about lawful and unlawful. He said, as a shepherd, he's taking care of his sheep around the gardens of the people. He's getting close to the gardens, and he's about to, his sheep to enter the gardens. So, meaning, if you come close, every time you come in close to the gardens, you come in close. If you one time, you was control. Second time, you control. You're not going to be control all the time. It's better for you to be away from the gardens, so to be safe. The same thing, the haram, when we look at the haram, like for example, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala doesn't say وَلَا تَفْعَلُوا الزِّنَا. قال وَلَا تَقْرَبُوا الزِّنَا. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala doesn't say don't do fornication or adultery. He said don't get close to it. Meaning don't follow the reasons take you there. Adultery is not going to start, like a bullet, boom, went out. No, there's a steps, there's a looking, there's a talking, there's a joking, there's a more and more until you're getting there. So that's why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He commanded us to be away from the reasons taking you there. So the Prophet ﷺ, he said, I'm sure I'm not giving the right of this sentence in English. He said, as a shepherd, he's taking care of his sheep around the gardens of the people. And then, yushiku an yarta'a fi. Is maybe, his animals is gonna go to the gardens. He's gonna eat from the gardens. If first time he was controlled, second time one time he's gonna lose. He cannot control. Because you come close and close and close, no, it's better to be away. So be away from the reasons take you to unlawful, take you to haram. كالراعي يرعى حول الحمى يوشك أن يرتع فيه. ألا وإن لكل ملك حمى ألا وإن حمى الله محارمه. ألا وإن لكل ملك حمى ألا وإن حمى الله محارمه. Every king, every president, every people of authority, they have properties. They have their properties. Every king have his property. Not allowed for anyone to go to his property. Everyone. Nobody allowed, even regular people. You're not allowed people to come to your property if you not give permission. So he said, ألا وإن لكل ملك حمى. For every single king or president or people who, in high level, they have special places and properties. Meaning, you cannot get close to it. ألا وإن حمى الله محارمه. The special properties of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, what is make it haram. Don't get close to it. Don't get close to it. The special properties of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, what He make it haram, unlawful for you. So don't get close to it. Don't do it. ألا وإن في الجسد مضغة إذا صلحت صلح الجسد كله وإذا فسدت فسد الجسد كله ألا وهي القلب. And then the end of the hadith, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he said that there is a piece of flesh in the body of the human. If become good, all his limbs will be good. If become bad, all his limbs will be bad. And then he said, which is his heart. The heart of the human is the king of the body. The heart of a human, king of the body. That's why Shaitan, he comes with whispering to mess up your heart. Because if your heart weak, then give permission to your eyes to look what is unlawful. Give permission to your hands to do what is unlawful. Give permission to your tongue to say what is unlawful. So giving permission to your limbs to do what is unlawful. If your heart pure and salim, protected from evil, then your limbs, you're gonna scared. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said in the Quran, يوم لا ينفع مال ولا بنون إلا من أتى الله بقلب سليم. In the day of judgment, nothing will benefit you. Your kids or your wealth, nothing will help you on the day of judgment. إلا من أتى الله بقلب سليم, except the one who going back to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala with the pure and clean heart. What's the meaning of that? To not have type of belief against what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala command you to believe. You don't have actions against Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So meaning pure from shirk, pure from disbelieving, pure from innovations, pure from sins, from envy, from hatred, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will accept you on the day of judgment. وصلى الله وسلم على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. If there's any question, any explanation, we'll continue, or we open the door for the food. بارك الله فيكم.